All right, so this is number 16 on our equation practice sheet. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and do a me chart knowing that's the given. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and combine like terms. So on this side of the equal sign, there are no terms to combine. Equals. On this side of the equal sign, we're going to combine negative 4.8 and that's a negative 1. So negative 4.8 and negative 1 are negative 5 and 8/10 plus 4 and 3/10 m. And this is combine like terms. Right? So we combine those. Now what we're going to do is get all the decimals on one side. So we're going to isolate the variable expression. And what's the variable expression? Four and 3/10 m. Okay, so we're going to isolate the variable expression. How do we isolate that variable expression? How do we get 4 and 3/10 m by itself? Who do we have to get rid of? We want to get rid of the negative 5.8. So how do we get rid of it? We add the opposite. So we're going to add positive 5 and 8/10 to both sides. Now the tricky part about decimals is always make sure those decimals are lined up. If you get messed up lining up your decimals, then line up the ones place. And don't forget to fill in zeros. So because one is positive and one is negative, this is going to wind up being a subtraction problem. Because the 13 is larger than the 5, we know our answer will be negative. Okay, so 4 minus 0 is 4. 5 minus 8 you can't do, so you're going to have to regroup or borrow. 15 minus 8, on the other hand, is 7. Bring your decimal down. 12 minus 5 is also 7. So negative 7 and 74/100 is equal to 4 and 3/10 m. The next step will be to just isolate the variable. Okay, and how are we going to isolate m? Divide both sides by 4 and 3/10. So both sides are going to divide by 4 and 3/10. We've turned this into a fraction. So once you have a decimal and a fraction, what are you actually going to do here? This is now a division problem. So we have, and this is on the outside, and this is on the inside. Can you have a decimal on the outside of a division sign? No. So if you move it over 1, you're actually multiplying by 10. If you multiply one number by 10, you're multiplying the other number by 10. How many 43s in 77?
How many 43s in 7?
Yeah, how many 43s in... There's 1. Okay? Is your answer going to be positive or negative? And simplify or solve is our final. Or solve. Or evaluate. Or what other words can we use? And I'll tell you, it's 8. And so m equals negative, don't forget this, 1.8. If you write positive 1.8, it'll be wrong. Because you're almost 4 apart. You're 3.6 apart on a number line, which is a lot. Okay? Don't get thrown off just because they're decimals, which is why you have several to practice with. Okay? Questions?